Okay, that should be working now. Sorry for the technical delays earlier. Everything should be sorted. Alright, so if you haven't been around so far, we've been rigging, so over the last few streams we've been rigging this character that can turn around. And if I press play and just turn off the overlays, you can see, I reckon it looks pretty good. I think I did well. I mean, there are some inconsistencies, but I think that just kind of makes it not look too 3D. You know, when you see a lot of like non-photorealistic stylized 3D characters and like you can tell that it's 3D, I feel like this is very much a 2D character, and that's because it is, but like, you know, I'm not too upset about the inconsistencies. One thing I forgot to do last time was flip the direction of this on the body. So I'm just gonna do that now by deleting all that, moving that over here, and then using ink. I think my brush is too big. There we go. And I can just fill that in. Alright. Now that matches. Perfect. Zani, hey, technical issue solved. Yeah, I unfortunately had to restart the stream, but that's alright. Hey, I've been following your streams, but on replay. This is the first one I've been able to catch live. Great stuff overall. Thank you, Man Belkar. Nice username. I like it a lot. Yeah, no, thanks for watching the replays. I appreciate it, and thanks for, you know, I'm glad you could catch the live one as well. Alright, so yeah, our character is all rigged up, and I reckon it's time to animate a walk cycle. So actually, before we do, I noticed actually at the end of yesterday's stream that not every frame has a new keyframe for the grease pencil objects. So I am just gonna go through and duplicate those for everything that needs it, because otherwise it's going to cause problems later on when animating. Oh, that's weird. Hang on. That shouldn't have any keyframes on it. Right. Perfect. Now what about this? This needs one there, and one there. One there, and another one with animated positions. That's no good at all. Alright. It's a shame to start the stream with such a tedious job, but you know, it won't take too long. Jade Arcade, amazing work as always. You are truly showing everyone how much can be done with grease pencil. Have you tried clay pencil? Thank you very much, Jade. I appreciate it. I haven't tried clay pencil yet, but I'm really excited about it. It looks, I don't know, it looks amazing. It looks game changing for animators, for 2D animators, 3D animators. Yeah, it's gonna be amazing. All right. Yeah. Aha. worrisome. Did I do all of these? Okay, good. This. Actually, I'm just going to go through. I'm going to go through the outliner because that'll be more systematic. So I just need to duplicate, and duplicate. Alright. Color. Insert on all frames. There we go. And duplicate that one as well. And then the ear, also good. Ear 2. Ear 2's good. Strange. Alright. Oh, that is strange. Ah, of course. I need to... Whoa. Blender just crashed. That's not good. What did I lose? I lost everything I'd done, basically. Alright. That's okay. How often does Blender crash? Not very often. Not very often at all. I think in that case it might be it might have been because I tried to add a duplicate keyframe, but there was no, on one of the layers there wasn't any keyframes before it, so I didn't know what to duplicate. So I should probably report that if that happens again as a bug. Because I know greasepencil recently got rewritten basically from scratch. So it kind of makes sense that there might be a few more bugs than usual out there. However, you know, every software crashes. Okay, so I'm going to save it and I'm going to try and do the same thing. If I go Insert and I say duplicate active keyframe on all layers. Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna report that as a bug after the stream. I'm gonna have to do some more testing with it as well. But because I saved, hopefully I didn't lose anything. Yeah, I'm exactly where I was. Alright, perfect. So what I need to do is make sure I'm on the lower layer, insert a blank keyframe on the active layer. There we go. And then I can duplicate that. And then I can duplicate these. And then, oh, and then that doesn't matter. And then I can duplicate that. Alright, perfect. 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 Yes, hang on. I also need to record this as a full screen thing so that I've got the footage when I'm making the tutorial. So that is in scene 3, and I just go start recording. Cool. But yeah, to answer your question, Zara, Blender doesn't crash very often. But you know, all software crashes, so it's more about how much of an inconvenience is it when it does crash. So Blender's super light, so you know you can open it up, back up again really quickly, and it doesn't take forever. And it's good with auto saving, so you're not going to lose a huge amount of work. Whereas in like if you're using Maya or something and then it crashes, it's going to take like 30 seconds just to open the software back up again. Mix up. This is incredibly informative. I'm on my way to finish P2 Design's rigging course, which is like learning magic, by the way. And looking at how you do a full 360 2D rigging character quickly helps me too. Okay. Understanding on how you do it on my own without blindly following what you're doing. Right, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, first of all, P2 Design, almost everything that I've learnt from rigging is from his YouTube channel and his rigging courses. I can't recommend it enough. But then also, yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's so easy to follow a tutorial step by step and not understand anything you did. And then like, yeah, I made the thing, but I don't know, I couldn't do it again, you know? So it's really nice to have the understanding of the fundamentals that are being implemented. I'm so thankful for Blender's auto save system. Yeah, me too. There have been multiple occasions where I haven't saved in a long time, and oh no, Blender crashed, and yeah, it just came to the rescue. Alright, I think I'm ready to animate. I think before we do anything too creative, I'm just going to do a walk cycle. But what that means is I think I'm going to save a new version of the file, and I'm going to delete this this reference image. Alright, here we go. So I just need to select everything and move it across, and also duplicate that first frame because we want that as like a baseline. Oh, why is that not coming across? Oh, that's annoying. Alright, let me try that again. What's going on here? What's this object? Oh, it's just called stroke. Just gonna delete that. Is there anything with like a locked layer or something? I should be able to move all of this. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. Oh. That's really interesting. I feel like I can either move the grease pencil keyframes or the rigs keyframes, which is odd, but I'm just going to do this. I'm going to move it by 100 frames. Then on this, move that by 100 frames. I don't know why I'm not being able to select everything. Okay, that seems to have worked. Oh, and I should actually make sure the camera, yeah, the camera doesn't have any keyframes. Good. Yep, that looks right. Good. Alright. So now it's time for a walk cycle. Actually, I'm going to put all of that on frame 0 rather than frame 1, just so that on frame 1, I can have, should he start with the, should he walk in the 3/4 walk cycle or the side view? I think the 3/4. Will this live be uploaded to your channel afterwards? Yes, I think that automatically happens unless I actively go in and set it to unlisted or private. So no, it'll be up there. You just have to go to the live tab rather than the videos tab. That's little rainy clips. Oh yeah. Yeah, and just like Zara said. And Frolic, nice to see you back. Yeah, I'm here, and you're too happy to see you again, and let's finish this awesome character. Yeah, so I in yesterday's stream, it took me like three hours or something. Went to bed at 11 o'clock at night, but I did actually finish it, which is exciting. So now we're just gonna animate a walk cycle. Jim P animation, hi K. Hit K while you select some things on the frame, and it'll select the rest of that frame. Interesting. Wait. Hit K while you select some things on a frame, and it will select the rest of the things on that frame. Okay. So if I select all the objects, and I hold K, maybe I select and then I press K. No, I don't know. Maybe I'm not understanding what you're asking me to do. I know that if you select the summary line, it selects everything on that frame. Alright, on frame 1, we're gonna copy. Animate. Hi Sketchy, it's very cool seeing you starting with live streaming. It came just at the right time for me, since I also plan to learn 2D rigging this year. You're the best resource on the whole of YouTube for it. Thank you, I really appreciate that. Yeah. I'll finally get to catch a live stream. Smiley face. Yeah. I've really enjoyed live streaming lately. So far I've done it like every day for 4 days straight, so yeah. I'm probably not going to do it every day forever, but we'll see. Oh yeah, sorry, I thought so, must have been wrong. Yeah, no worries, Jim. Frolic, yeah, I wanted to see you animating this character. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And hello, Reference, nice to see you again. Alright, here we go. We're just going to duplicate this. And then on frame 1, put that there. Alright, that seems to have worked. Nice. Now let's start doing a walk cycle. I might add a new greasepencil object just to kind of mark where the ground is supposed to be. So I'm going to make this a red stroke. And I'm going to use a line tool and just draw a line like that. And actually that's going to be there. Alright. And then I'm going to duplicate it, move it down. Alright, that'll be where the feet are planted. Perfect. And I'm going to move it back a little bit. And we can clear its keyframes, because I don't want it animated. I'm really hoping for a tutorial. I'm absolutely lost without your beautiful explained tutorials, I swear. Yeah, thanks. I'm definitely going to make this into a tutorial. It won't just be for a live stream. That's the plan, at least. Yeah. All right, and here we go. And should this leg actually have the side view leg? No, I think for now I'll actually keep it as is. You know what? Just to make things a little bit easier to see, or at least to see the character, I'm going to turn these into wire bones. Okay, hang on. I'm going to select all of, oh, not that. This. All of the arm and body and neck. And I'm going to set that to be the side view. Alright, perfect. Because I want this to be out forwards. And this part will be out back. And I think also the face is going to have to be also going to have to be side view. And then I'm also going to have to, that looks a bit messed up, so I'm also going to take all the face bones and also make them in the side view position. There we go. It's a bit odd actually, because now the only thing in its 3/4 view position are the legs, which looks weird. So maybe I should have just started with the side view like I thought of earlier. I would wait, hang on. Will you use IK or FK? I'm actually using FK. Often with all my past rigs, I've always used IK for the legs, just because it's easier to like plant it on the ground, at least in 3D. That's the idea. But ever since working on a professional TV show, I've realized that for 2D animation, it's kind of overcomplicated, or yeah, you just don't need IK for very much. And so actually it's easier for the rig and easier for animation if it's all just FK. I would be willing to throw money for such a full tutorial on that. Good to know. There's really no need for that. I do just enjoy making these projects and, you know, trying to help people make cool stuff for themselves. Why do your leg bones start from down to low? Yes, so kind of like what I was saying about IK versus FK. That's kind of how IK works, right? Is inverse kinematics means you're animating it in reverse order of the chain of bones, which means in a 3D rig with an IK chain for the leg, it means yes, technically it's going from the hip to the leg, but you actually animate it from the ankle. And so because I feel like IK is a little bit a little bit unnecessary for a rig like this. I've just separated the legs basically from the torso, and they pivot from the ground because that's kind of what's leading the action, and then I'll just make it match the torso as I animate. Just by curiosity, would you use the masking modifier and integrate it into the rig to add a temporary new hand, pose, or holding objects? A masking modifier. I would just create a new drawing, you know, for that sort of thing. But let me just. What's a masking modifier? Do you mean like masking on the layers? Yeah, no worries, Folk. So bottom line, you have the armature on one plane, and you drew a new grease pencil plane for every 45 degrees. Yeah, basically. Yeah, I mean, the bones are slightly offset in the 3 dimensions just to like tell Blender what objects should be rendered in front of what. But yeah, it's basically just, yeah, everything's flat, and then every 45 degrees is a new drawing, basically. Think controlling a string puppet over posing an action figure, if that helps. Think controlling a string puppet over posing an action figure, if that helps. Right. I think I know what you mean. Yeah. Couldn't you use IK to keep the legs to the waist and parent the whole body as a helper bone to easily adjust the separated legs? Yes, I could, but I've found that it doesn't save a huge amount of time in animation, and it just uses a little bit of time in the rigging process that just kind of complicates things, and I want to keep it as simple as possible. Is this Moho or Toon Boom Harmony? Neither. It's Blender. Blender Grease Pencil. So it's free and open source. I mean, how do you understand what the difference between IK and FK? So delay in responses. Yeah, no, that's okay about the delay. You know, that's just a fact of streaming. Yes, actually, yeah, no, I see what you mean though. The analogy to the string puppets versus an action figure. Yeah, exactly. So an action figure is all FK, and then string puppets all IK, basically. Yeah, no, that's exactly right. Kind of one of the benefits of modeling 2D, you don't need the complexity of IK. Yeah, exactly. I always added IK to my rigs, but then I went to work on Bad Jelly, and I was so surprised to find none of these fancy Toon Boom rigs were using IK. And I thought it was going to take so much time to get things looking right, and it just didn't. It was fine. And so I thought maybe I can do the same thing in Blender. So I did some tests, and I was like, actually, yeah, this is fine. Yeah, animating in 2D. Yeah, exactly. Rather than modeling. Yeah, I know what you mean. All right. I think, is this entire leg gonna have to be in side view as well? This is so annoying. I should have just started in side view. Yeah, alright. That's okay. Oh yeah, it's already on linear. Maybe I need to do it like this. If I go shear. Alright. We set rotation, there we go. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, vroom vroom. Yeah, sorry about that. It's my neighbor. He's a mechanic. Yeah, Lightning McQueen in the background. Exactly. Sounds like a gnarly engine. Yeah. I feel conflicted here. On one hand, on one hand, I want the silhouette to be really well defined, but on the other hand, I feel like he's throwing his arm too far back. Maybe I can do best of both worlds by doing something like that. That's kind of the worst of both worlds. Alright, I'll just leave it for now. Your video's going straight to my archive. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I really hope that these streams can be helpful. Alright. And I'm gonna put this back up to 24 frames per second. And I'm gonna put this, the end is gonna be 25 frames. And I'm gonna duplicate this over to the frame 25. And on frame 13, I'm gonna add a keyframe, and I'm gonna flip things around. Oh, forgot that I rigged it this way. Are you thinking of doing a full face rigging the face too? In a way, it is rigged. Oh, I noticed. Oh, that's annoying. Okay. In a way, it is rigged. Just it's very simple, but like everything's got got a bone, and it can move around. You know, and so it's like it's pretty simple, but I want to keep it kind of simple. And any details I need on top of that, I can just do by adjusting the drawings. However, interestingly, when I went to the side view here, it didn't have the other side of the mustache, this one. So I need to duplicate that. And put that over on frame 25 as well. Alright, frame 13, let's go back. Insert keyframes, okay. Interestingly, that was in front earlier. Hang on. I'm going to just use sculpting tools to get that to line up correctly. And that'll look right too. I really want all of these to be duplicated, including the grease pencil keyframes on frame 25. Okay. Now, interestingly, over here, it's now behind the torso, so I'm going to try and fix that. There we go. Very helpful. I've always, yeah, thanks. I've always struggled with ensuring that the joints have clean overlap whenever I move the arms. It looks wonky. Yeah, I have too. So the way that I've solved that in the past is just choosing a style where either it doesn't matter or maybe a style without line work. However, that always felt like a cheat, you know? So in this case, I basically, I'll just, when I pose the bones and things don't line up correctly, I can just go into sculpt mode and move it around, you know, manually and get it to line up as I want it. Or in edit mode using proportional editing, or the grease pencil tools add-on and using like the box deformation. What would you say is a limit to grease pencil rigging? I would say masking. There's an issue with masking at the moment where, for example, in Moho, right, if I wanted an eye with a pupil inside, and the pupil is masked to the eye, and then the eye as a whole is masked to the face of the character, I could easily do that in Moho. You can easily do that in Toon Boom. In fact, Toon Boom is amazing because of the node system. You can do absolutely anything you want with masks. But in Blender, it seems kind of limited in that sense. Like, it's kind of tricky to have that layered, nested masking. Yeah. Alright, now for all of these aspects, oh, not that, I'm going to sorry, just going to select all of the head and then deselect the armature. And I'm going to put that on the 3/4 view. And I have to do that with the bones as well, because otherwise it'll look all messed up like that. Perfect. And I'm going to do the same thing with the torso. And then I can adjust the bones from there. Can you add an add-on to show the hotkeys you're pressing? I would like to learn which hotkeys you've been using to, in your animation, if it's not too much trouble. I don't know if I have that installed at the moment, so I can definitely do it for the next stream. But let's just see if it's here. It was called like key something. No, I forget what the name of the add-on is, but I'll have that enabled for my next stream. Yes, I agree. I would love to see more advanced masking tools in Grease Pencil someday. Like masking separate Grease Pencil objects would be a game changing to me. Oh, totally. Like for example, with this character, every element is on a separate Grease Pencil object, which means they can't be masked to each other. And so the only solution that I've had with like I did a test character before this where I had instead of like the little beady eyes that this guy has, I had like an eye with a pupil that was masked to it. And And for that, I had to parent the layer of the grease pencil object to the bone rather than the object. And that caused some other issues that I had to work around. Yeah, I think it would be so nice to be able to just mask one object to another. But then again, I don't know how they'd do that. So let's see. What mode is that where you see the grease pencil outlines? The outlines. Oh, do you mean the onion skins? I don't know how to turn them off. So, yeah, I don't know. Is it this? No. Is it, fade geometry? Whoa. That's cool. Alright. I see. You have to select a grease pencil object. Okay. So now I've turned it off. Cool. Alright. Now, I've made it so that the bottom half of the torso is twisted one way and the top half is twisted another way. So I'm just going to try and see if I can enter edit mode with this and use the box deform tool, and then using some vertical subdivisions, I can, or rather I can do this, and maybe some horizontal subdivisions as well, so I can put that back like that, bring that forwards. Alright, and then press enter, and that's its own drawing now. And this still needs to be adjusted like that. And this needs to be adjusted as well. Perfect. Oh, you meant like this. Yeah, so that's if you just press Z and then go to wireframe view. Yeah, no, that's really helpful for like selecting the objects that you want. Yeah, no, that's, yeah. So I didn't understand what you were asking before, but yeah, no, that was it. Just press Z and then you can go to rendered view, solid view, material view, and wireframe view. Most of those look the same with grease pencil, but yeah, no, wireframe is really helpful. Oh, and I would need to reset the rotation. There we go. Cool. All right. All right, so he's starting to take some steps. Now if I press Shift E on the armature, it'll create a halfway, it'll help me create an in-between. However, I don't really want an in-between on everything. So I press Shift D and bring it all the way to the back with the selected stuff. Now this was behind, so it should be doing the passing pose. Peachy design is a top choice, if I recall. For character design, I would say Speed Chart is a good bet. Yeah, both of those guys do some amazing 3D work. Yeah, I'm a big fan of both of them. I really wonder what else. Grease Pencil GeoNodes integration. There's already Clay Pencil, which I'm so excited about, which turns drawings into meshes, and that one tutorial that shows how to morph between layers in Grease Pencil. I don't think I've seen that. That sounds interesting. Morph between layers. Hi, I'm Loki the Sock. Oh, hi Loki the Sock. I appreciate you dropping in. I know this is kind of low for me to ask, but can you shout me out? I don't know. I tend to try and only shout people out who I've seen and can vouch for. But yeah, you know, if other people want to look you up, that's fine. Geometry Node's feature for Grease Pencil is so fresh, and so many. Geometry Node's features are for Grease Pencil are so fresh, and so many great things are already made. Yeah, I'm really excited. I kind of regret not learning Geometry Nodes when it was just for 3D meshes, because I feel like that would help me a lot now. But yeah, no, I need to get into it now. I think he means shape interpolation. Right. I know that there's always been some sort of interpolation features with Grease Pencil, but there's always limitations with that. Like you have to draw all the strokes in the same order on one frame and the other, and in the same direction. Otherwise, it'll get all confused and mixed up. Which is fine if you're like duplicating a drawing and morphing it, and then you can interpolate between those. But if you want to actually interpolate between two drawings, you have to be very intentional about it. So I wonder if Geometry Nodes allows for a feature where you can be have a little bit more freedom in the way that it morphs. I think it made an open class with morph between layers. Okay, I need to look that up. That sounds really interesting. I'll look that up after stream. I'm gonna also flip all of this over to the 3/4 view, and then on the bones I just need to select all of them and Shift E to the end. But I'm going to take this face bone and start I'm also going to duplicate that over. And I'm just going to move that like that. Ooh, okay. In that case, I should do that too. Yeah, there we go. Oh, interesting. Okay, I need to duplicate that over here. Actually, just duplicate it over here and remove it here. Alright, good to know. I can duplicate that to the end. Okay, cool. But also, again, I'm going to box deform, morph that into place. Perfect. By open class. Okay, good to know. I'll look up open class and see what they have. Ducky 3D GeoNode course on Flip Normal is very informative and helps to understand them in a more intuitive way. Okay, Ducky 3D. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna head off now. Loving the streams though. Thanks. I appreciate it. Skyclad Squirrel. Hello, fellow squirrel. Hello to you too. Yeah, nice to see some fellows, some more squirrels around. Yeah. Right. Now I just need to sculpt this leg into place. And generally just move it a bit back, I think. How useful are the new layer groups in greasepencil? I actually haven't used them a lot yet, but I know that I've definitely had previous projects when I was experimenting with rigging characters using all the entire greasepencil character would be all in one object and just on a bunch of different layers. And I knew then, oh man, it would be great to have some layers, some group layers. But you know, I haven't actually used them a lot since they've come out. Hey, just wanted to call out that I've been following your channel for a while now. I'm a greasepencil animator too, with more of a traditionalist workflow. Cool. Yeah, I appreciate the loyalty, I guess. Yeah, no, I appreciate, and I'm glad you're here during the live stream. Anytime someone asks me a question about 2D rigging in Blender, your channel is the first one I point them to. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I really hope that if I keep putting out tutorials on Blender greasepencil rigging, right, then hopefully there'll be more people doing it, and then I won't be the only one. I mean, I'm not the only one, but you know, be nice to see some more cutout animation made with Blender and tutorials for that being made. That'd be awesome. Sorry, I was trying to give the guy who asked a question about geometry nodes resources. Right? Yeah, no, I appreciate it as well. I need to get into geometry nodes. Yeah, it'll be good. Oh no. Okay, hang on. I need to add a new. Alright. Perfect. Hi, I've never seen your YouTube channel, before, but YouTube just recommended it. I'll lurk and watch your workflow. Alright, thanks for dropping by. Yeah, no, I'm surprised that YouTube would recommend a live stream to someone who hasn't seen the videos before. But I'm glad you're here. That's awesome. Yeah. Alright. Now this is the one that needs to be doing the passing pose. You watch a lot of animation tutorials? Yeah, me too. I love animation tutorials. Hey Sketchy Squirrel, I'm a traditional 2D animator on greasepencil, and I did some cutout tests as well. But your riggings are much better. Oh, thanks. Cutout, I usually do in Toon Boom, but I would love to bring it to Blender as well. Yes, so actually, interestingly, the way that I'm rigging right now is there's a lot of influence from what I learnt from Toon Boom while working on a TV show that just recently came out. Yeah, so hopefully when I finish this as a tutorial, maybe that'll be helpful to you. Surely these videos of yours gave me the courage to go back testing solutions for cutout animation in Blender. Oh, I'm so happy about that. I'm really hoping that that one day you know, the idea of doing cutout animation in Blender will be, you know, pretty common. But at the moment, it's not a super super popular thing to do. Ooh, that's odd. What happened? Again. Alright. Here, I need to duplicate that. There. Okay, it looks a little strange right now, but we're getting there. Good morning, Wong Ren. Nice to see you here. Oh. Alright, I think the up and down poses are really what's going to make or break this animation. Because it looks a little bit strange right now. But that's okay. And actually, I'm going to duplicate that over here. I need to push this down a little bit, move a little bit forward, bring this down and forward, maybe even the eyebrow. Meanwhile, this needs to come up, that needs to come up. And this needs to flatten out. And maybe this can push back a little bit. I kind of need it all to come forward a little bit, just so that, you know, he doesn't lose his balance. And I need this mustache not to break. I can do that with the sculpting tools though. Alright, cool. It needs to come further down, I think, to really read as a down pose. Do you prefer vertex colors or material colors when using grease pencil? I think it depends on the context. So if I'm going to do something more painterly, then I would prefer vertex colors because it lets you use thousands of colors with only one material. It's amazing. But then in something like this, where it's just a few colors that are really solid, and I might want to change them later, either to fit the lighting or because I want to change what the colors look like. It's really helpful to have material colors, and that's what I've used here. Does Toon Boom or Moho rigging give this much trouble when doing a walk cycle? I wouldn't even call it trouble. I'm not used to this workflow because even though I've done a lot of grease pencil rigging in the past, I'm really changing the way I'm doing things. So I'd say, if it looks like I'm coming up against a lot of problems, don't put that against Blender. But also, in some sense, also yes, actually, you would have a lot of similar challenges with both Moho and Toon Boom, especially Toon Boom because that's kind of where I'm getting this new workflow. Where actually I think I'll end up being able to create a more dynamic animation at the end, but the work in progress looks a little funky sometimes. Alright, I think that's a good down pose. So that can come up a little bit more. Alright. Any channels you find which break down on Toon Boom 2D 360 character rigging that is somewhat analog to Blender? It's kind of tricky because it depends on what you mean by analog to Blender because there have been a couple different people who have done a 360 character rig using grease pencil, and they've all used different techniques. Each with their own advantages and disadvantages. And so yeah, I don't think people who are rigging in Toon Boom are really paying any attention to that. So and also when I learned how to do rigging in Toon Boom, it wasn't in the context of being self-taught because I was actually at a studio, and so I didn't actually watch a lot of online tutorials. So yeah, so I can't really help you with that. Armatures both 2D and 3D deserve onion skin in Blender. Yes, I think that's probably one of the most annoying things about cutout animation in Blender is it's grease pencil has an amazing onion skin tool, but the onion skin will move with the bone, and so it doesn't actually show you where the previous frame was. It just shows you what the previous frame of the drawing would look like if it was also moved with that bone. But I think ultimately just flipping through frames is actually, just as good. Oh, that looks a little weird. Alright, I'm gonna have to move that back maybe. You know, flipping through frames is just as good, and then if you need to, you can use the what's it called, where it's like tracks the curve that a bone follows. Motion paths? Yeah, motion paths. It's not exactly onion skins, but it gives you an idea of how the bones move from frame to frame. Maybe I need to interpolate this. Hang on, I need to do all layers. Okay. There we go. And I'll do the same with this. This. Oh, that's weird. Alright. I'll just move it manually. Alright. Blender always gives trouble with everything. I'm excited for animation layers. I'm excited for animation layers too. I think actually it might help. I'm not certain, but it might help with the workflow that I'm creating here. Might just streamline it a bit. But even if it doesn't, it's going to be helpful in so many other ways. So I'm really excited. Can you use Shift E to create in-between poses for this form of rig? Yes, and I've actually been doing that. Like when I created the you know, all these in-between poses, that's exactly what I did, and I'll do it again here if I go Shift E. You know, it looks a little bit messed up. I'll have to, you know, manually correct things, but that's not uncommon for, you know, 360 rigs. You know, whether you're in Blender or Toon Boom or whatever, it'll be fine. Anyway, so it'll be like there. Anyway, I'm just going to do that later because I still haven't finished these ones. Maybe this needs to actually go up and like back. And this can kind of be like this. Yeah, I'm also aware that there are 3D onion skinning tools. I feel like that would create, I don't know, maybe some lag because it's like duplicating the geometry, I think. But maybe not. I was just playing with the brushstrokes extension today. Anyone tried it? It's pretty good, to be honest. Nice painting jelly grease pencil. I haven't looked at that yet. I actually just saw a video from the Blender Studio where they talked about it. And I thought, wow, that looks really cool. So I'm really excited to try that out. But yeah, I don't know. Oh. got to go. Good luck on your course and your animation building career. Budding career. Thanks, Mix Up. I'll see you around. It was nice to hang out. Oh wait, hang on. I was just playing with the brushstrokes extension today. Anyone tried it? It's pretty good. Oh yeah, sorry, just read that earlier. 3D onion skinning is a technical nightmare and a conceptual nightmare at the same time. Yeah, I feel like it's the kind of thing that everyone thinks, oh, that would be a great idea, and then the moment you try and implement it, you kind of realize it's a pain, and you just want to go back to flipping between frames or using motion paths. Good night, hugs from Brazil. Good night. Wait, what is that? How does that? Oh, I see. It's just the profile image. Alright, cool. Yeah. Good night. Valley Studios. Hey, no, how good to see another Brazilian. Yeah. Yeah. I think I've been interested to see how Brazil is quite there's a lot of Brazilians who watch my videos, and so I'm kind of excited to see what comes out of there in the world of greasepencil. Linear onion skinning would be probably work best if it's easy to be turned on and off, because it would really depend on the type of movement. Yeah, you kind of have to. It would have to be like so optimized so that you could quickly turn it on and off, and it would update quickly. Yeah, it'd kind of be tricky. Yeah. What is that? Hang on a moment. Well, I just check this. Oh no. I'll check it here. Alright. I feel like we're getting close. feel like that needs to come up more like that. I'm quite happy with that movement so far. You know, it's not perfect, but I'll get there. Groovy. All right. I'm a Blender evangelist here in Brazil, and at the moment we have some movies that are being produced with Blender greasepencil. Really? That's exciting. I know that there've already been a couple of big productions that use greasepencil, but you know that's exciting to see more. The big challenge is really cutout, because the biggest studios here in Brazil are from a production of cutout animations. Right. Yeah, I feel like it would be so exciting to it'd be exciting to see Blender Studios start to try and use more cutout animation with greasepencil, because then I feel like that would be a signal to the whole world that yes, you can do cutout animation with greasepencil. As no one can get the same workflow from Toon Boom yet. Yeah. Yeah, I think, you know, Toon Boom's just so expensive. I love it. It's a great tool. I love the node view, but yeah, it's just so expensive. Whoa, actual face cam? That's crazy. Yeah, yeah, Genie TV. Yeah, yeah. It's. I don't know. It's nice. It's a little unusual for me, but yeah. All right. I think it's starting to look pretty good. Alright, that comes up way too high. Alright. Oh, that's annoying. I want to animate this character on 2s, but the way I've done it is it's already on 3s, which is hard, so I have to slow it down a little bit by making everything a little bit further along. And then just go Control End there. So it'll be a little bit slower. Oh no, that didn't work. Hang on, I need to undo that. I can't just rely on my old workflow where I would only animate the bones. I'm animating everything now. Alright. I love and think it's so fun to see baby's first stream and then watch the journey of plus one new PNG overlay asset of on the OBS setup as we slowly go through the months. Yeah. Slowly, I'm just gonna add little more and more features until I look like a professional streamer. Have a green screen and all sorts of things. Yeah, no. I feel like there's a cutout style workflow using greasepencil objects and drivers that's just waiting to become a new way of doing things. Interesting. I think I've seen people use drivers to do like a head turn type thing, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We're waiting for someone to crack it and maybe make it standard. Yeah. Wait. Please. We don't need to be formal. We've known each other since what? Moho days? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's so nice to keep in touch with you, Jeannie. It's nice. Yeah. Oh, we're just waiting for someone to crack it and make it standard. Yeah, the grease pencil. I think if we can find a workflow that's really simple and like super flexible, I think that would be amazing. Maybe we'll have to make some add-ons to automate a couple of workflows. Junie TV was my father's name. You can drop the TV, it'll just be fine. Yeah, my apologies, Junie. Alright, he's a little slow, but I kind of like it. Alright, let's add some in-betweens then. Alright, so between this and this, I want it to favor that side. And here, I want it to favor that side. And then here, I want it right in the middle. Except for the face, which will favor that side totally. I'm gonna just do view I'm gonna make a viewport animation, a viewport render, because I think that it's maybe a bit laggy. I'm gonna call it walk cycle test. If I just turn off overlays, and I'm gonna do view. Oh wait, I don't want a PNG sequence. I want FFmpeg, MPEG-4. That'll be good. All right, view, viewport render animation. I think I just said render animation. Oh well. No, I know there are some of the in-betweens that are still a bit messed up. But that's okay. I'm just looking for the movement overall. Alright, that's done. think I might redo those in-betweens. I think I made a mistake. And he is a little bit slow still, which I'm not keen on, as they say. But I don't really know how to fix it, because unless I just don't have any in-betweens, you know. Like I just... I know why I made a mistake. It's because I started... Yeah, no, it should be easing in there. Okay. Ease into that. Ease into that. Ease into that. Ease in that way. That's already looking better. There are some frames where this doesn't look right. That's it. Okay. I'm going to do -5% and just scale that slightly. Yeah, that looks right. Alright, so there's some weird little flickerings here and there, but that shouldn't be any more difficult than just offsetting some of these grease pencil frames. Although that just seems like a problem. Hang on. I'm just gonna and just really just move that along like that. It's like I just need to, yeah. And then this is gonna, all right. Oh wait, what? That was the up frame? Hang on, that doesn't make sense. Why did the pose look so bad then? Did I just leave it like that? I must have. All right, I'll fix it. Alright, hopefully that'll look a little bit better. And there's still some issues, but you know, that's to be expected. If I just select this. I think that should be at least here. And in fact here, I'm gonna even interpolate a little bit. There we go. Oh, that leg's a bit messed up. That's all right. Why is it like that? All right, that's fine. think I'm gonna have to slightly adjust how much this ear moves from frame to frame because, well, the sideburns aren't moving with it, so it needs to be subtle. I know, I think he's got quite the little jaunty walk. Oh, sorry. Sorry to be so brief, but I gotta duck out. Keep up the great work. Looking forward to seeing more from you. No worries, Matt Bixler. I appreciate you dropping by. And yeah, no, it's been nice chatting. Yeah, I wonder maybe if I increase the frame rate. Oh no, maybe the reason it's looking so slow is because it's actually not able to run it at 24 frames per second. If I go playback, and I've got it set to play every frame, if I say frame dropping, I'll get a better idea of the speed. Ah, yes, that's a much better speed for a walk. There we go. Alright, I don't like how big of a change this hair goes through on every time it turns, so I'm gonna just... Yeah, I'm just gonna duplicate that, but then here, really, you know... I still need like a peak rather than a rounded top. Is that better? I need to move like all of that across, don't I? If I'm gonna do this. No, that just looks weird. I'm just gonna replace that. There we go. Ah. Midnight in Germany. I'm tired. Yeah, need to go. Have a nice night. Yeah, you too. Have a lovely, have a good sleep. Draw, go animate. Yeah, it's only yeah, it's midday here, so it's 12 hours different. But yeah, I'll see you around. It's nice to hang out. Okay, so there's some things that are a little too easing in and out. And I think I'm going to try and solve that using the graph editor. So if I take the arm, and so it'll be this. Alright. That needs to be easing like that, doesn't it? Oh. And equally that needs to be like this. Oh. Oh, that actually needs to be back a few frames, I reckon. Yeah, that looks better. The way the torso is rotating looks a bit janky. Again with this ear though, it's still too much. So I need like the X location. Yeah. If I say cursor to selection and I use 2D cursor. I scale that up, and I scale these down, and I scale this up. Yeah, it's just a bit more extreme that way. Alright, I'm just gonna select the armature and this arm and isolate it, because that's all I want really. Because I just wanna polish this movement. Oh, interesting. I think that looks good. Yeah, there's definitely a problem here. I'm gonna isolate that now. I think the problem is here. This is the problem. There we go. I should have started with this one, because I think this is also a problem. I think that's the problem. It like eases out and then shoots further than it should. So I'm just going to ease it into that top position. And then equally down here, it kind of, I don't know why I keep doing that, but like it's like there's an easing, it eases out, and then the moment it hits the keyframe, it kind of breaks out of that easing and just goes too far. Yeah, that already looks better. I do still feel like this is too hard of a transition between the 3/4 and the side view. I'm gonna try and turn on onion skinning. And I'm just gonna isolate it. Okay. I turn on onion skinning for this. Oh. And I go insert duplicate of active keyframe. And now surely I can just sculpt it ever so slightly in the direction of the next keyframe. Hello, Erika. It's so nice to see you here. Wait, hang on, I missed some other comments. Hello, there's an upcoming French animated series called Elwillen's Quest. It's made in Blender grease pencil. Okay, I need to look that up. Let me just make a note of that, because I do want to look that up later. I go to notes. EW Islands Quest. Alright, I'm going to save that. Alright, I'm going to look that up after the stream. The studio behind this animated series is using some add-ons. Not sure if they made the add-ons themselves, or if they're made by others, and the animation studio is using them for 2D. Oh, for 2D cutout and rigging. So it's a cutout animation production with grease pencil. I really need to look this up. Alright. The animated series and the add-ons being used was shown at Blender 2024 conference. I should have paid more attention to the Blender conference. Yes, and again, hello Etika. It's so nice to see you here. Yeah. Alright. I really hope that this doesn't look too weird, trying to slightly interpolate these two frames. Alright, hopefully that doesn't look too weird. I think that looks good. Yeah, that's much better than my last attempt. Alright, and then I'm going to duplicate this keyframe. Well, that should actually, I'm animating on 2s, so I should stick to that. And then here, I need to do the same thing, but in reverse. Alan's Quest is really cool. I saw it at the Blender conference. It's really well animated. Alright, cool. I definitely need to look this up, because that sounds really exciting. I'm going the wrong way. Where am I? Oh, it's the hair goes forward, the jaw goes that way. Okay, cool. They don't use outline, so that helps a lot. Yeah, it's a lot easier to get like cutout animation looking right when you don't need to worry about outlines matching up. Oh, look at that. Look how smooth that looks compared to before. That little head turn. Oh, beautiful. Alright, I'm just going to copy those frames. So that's for coming out of it into that. And then this one can go on the other side. Oh no, I did that wrong. Hang on. This needs to go over here. And this can go here. Okay, cool. Alright, the torso's interpolation's still a bit strange though. I'm just gonna isolate it. I don't really know what I can do about that necessarily. Maybe it just needs to be offset by 2 frames. I think I will also try and do a little bit of interpolation. Tons of deformations and bone work, right? Yeah, I'd be really interested to see exactly what they're doing, because maybe I could learn from that. Alright, I think I'm gonna do another render. If I go view, viewport render animation. Alright, that's done. And rather than just letting VLC loop it, I'm going to create a new instance of Blender. I'm going to put it into the video sequence editor, video editing. And here I'm going to add the walk cycle. Is this the updated one? I think it is. Yes, it is. Beautiful. Okay. I'm going to add that in. All right. Okay. I need to get it so it loops properly. Hang on. Okay. I wish I found you sooner so I could see the beginning of this. I'm trying to write my own character and totally lost on what to do. My rig looks awfully messy. I've got a bunch of tutorials on rigging on my channel. However, if you want, you can have a look at the previous streams that I've done over the last couple days. If you just go to my channel and go to the live tab, you can see the past streams, and you can watch how this came together. Animation looks really good. I love how the rigs turned out. Yeah, I'm really happy how quickly that came together. I mean, the rig kind of took a while, but you know, it always does. I'm just, you know, look, I never would have thought I could have a character with such a dramatic head turn, you know, even in a walk cycle. And then of course I can easily animate him so he does a proper turnaround. Yeah, I'm really excited about this, and I'm excited to animate him properly, like doing a scene. I know someone suggested during my last stream to have him be as like a barista or a bartender, because then he could be like serving someone their drink, but they get to turn around, and that kind of shows off the 360 nature. Yeah. So yeah, yeah, Valu Studio. I'm definitely gonna look at the Blender conference on that. Yeah, I can't believe I missed a whole cutout animation in Blender part of the Blender conference. That's so exciting. Yeah. All right, I think I'm probably gonna to close up here. Um, I'm gonna have a think on how I should animate this character properly. But in the meantime, I might share this walk cycle with my colleagues, just see what they think. Um, and yeah, yeah. All right, I'll see you all around. Thank you all for tuning in. Um, I'm gonna stream again soon. Yeah, I haven't had exactly a streaming schedule as of right now, but that kind of leaves me free to just stream when I want to, and I'm really enjoying that, and I'm really enjoying hanging out with everyone who tunes in. So this has been great. All right, I'm gonna end it there. All right, have a lovely rest of the day. When's my next stream? I don't know. Probably tomorrow, but might not be actually because it's a Sunday tomorrow. I might be a bit busy. Super glad to have caught up with you live. Yes, it's so nice to see Etika. Yeah. All right. All right. Thank you. All right. See you all. I'll be. I caught this video so late. Yeah, I'm sorry. Level 99 red chocobo. I'll be streaming again, and obviously you can watch it back. This will automatically upload as a full unedited stream, so no worries there. All right. See you around.